Hello, welcome to another Leafmap tutorial. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a map legends using Leafmap with just a couple lines of code. So first, let's go to the Leafmap website, and on the left side, click tutorials. Scroll down to the end, find tutorial number 59. And so here, you can look at the source code. I also provide a couple options that allow you to run the notebook without having to install anything on your computer. And so for this one, we're going to use Jupyter Light. But you're welcome to scroll down. You can look at some of the results. So it looks like this. So you can create this kind of a legend, just a couple lines of code. And you can also create multiple. So if you scroll down to the end, here we have a split view map, right? So you can have two legends, one on the left, one on the right. You can full screen, right? So it looks much better. And on the legends can be customized, so you can just provide a list of colors and also labels. Leafmap will be able to create it for you easily. All right, so let's run the notebook interactively using Jupyter Light. So just click the link and it will take you to Jupyter Light. I already introduced Jupyter Light in a previous video. So after open Jupyter Light on the left side, just scroll down to find the notebooks. All the notebooks for the Leafmap package are also in here, so you can look at any notebooks you like. And just double click number 59. You should be able to open the notebooks. So the first step will be to install the package. So this is how you install. So %sign pip install and then Leafmap. So just shift enter on your keyboard, or you can just click the button here to run this one. So the first time it runs, it might take a couple seconds. And after that, you can import Leafmap. So in this notebook, I recommend that you use the Folium, because Folium has some options that, for example, the legend can be draggable. So if you want to create a draggable legend, you might want to use this one. So just import Leafmap.folium map as Leafmap and shift enter. Once you have this, right now the entire notebook, we're going to use the Folium plotting backend. So in order to create a legend, you can use the function create legends. So just press your cursor within the function and then press shift tab on your keyboard to bring up the help documentation. So it provides a couple of arguments that allow you to specify, for example, the title, label, colors, legend dictionary, or built-in legend, opacity, position, draggable. So the draggable, this one only applies to the Folium plotting backend. If you're using IPyLeaf, that it won't be, it does not have any effects. So let's just execute this one to see what it looks like. If you specify the output, it's going to save this file as on HTML. If you don't want to save the file, you can just set this one to none, or you don't specify, and then you can return this one to available. It's going to be an HTML string. So because I already executed and it's generate an HTML here. So if you take a look, NLCD legend. So if you double click, it should show you something like this. So this is the legend that we just created using just one line of code using the so-called built-in. So in Leafmap, I already create built-in legend. They specify the color and also the labels. So in that way, you don't have to create this one by yourself. But later I will show examples how you can customize. But for now, let's assume this is the legend that we want, and we already specify as a draggable legend. Let me see here. It should be draggable. So let me try this one. Double click. Interesting. Something is wrong. Draggable. Anyway, so besides the draggable legend, you might need to download this one. I believe if you do that on your local computer, it should be draggable. But right now in here it's not doing that. So the next one, besides saving as an HTML, as I mentioned, if you don't specify output, it's going to be returned as an HTML. So if you just read like this, and then you can just print out the HTML, you'll be able to see the content. So this is just a long string representing the content of an HTML file. And if you want to show that, for example, within the Jupyter notebook, you can use the function leafmap.show HTML and then just pass in the function. So this will create an IPy widget, HTML widget, and then you can sort it. So if I want that, you will see on the lower right corner here, it's going to show this one. So it's not draggable. It's just because we put this one at the lower right corner. So because the position here is lower right, so the bottom right, that means it's in here. And after that, if you're done with this one, you can close the widget because it's using IPy widget. This one here doesn't provide any option allow you to close it. So you have to use the close function and then you close that. So similarly, even to, let's say, bottom left, you're welcome to change that. So you can create the legend like the bottom left and then run again, run. Now you see on the left side, it's showing up on the left side here. Again, you can close it. So this is how you can create a legend. Also, you're welcome to save this one as an HTML. So if I don't specify an output, I can do the same thing here. I will say output equal to, I can say nlcd, for example, left.html, and then run it. You should see this one here. Double click. Now you see the legend is showing up on the left side. The reason that we sometimes want to create this one because you might want to embed this one onto other app or whatever. Then you can create an HTML. But in order to do that in Leafmap, you don't actually have to create this one. You can just use the map.add legend. So I'm going to show you examples later. But first, let's talk about how you can create a custom legend. Because if the built-in does not satisfy your requirement, then you can create a custom one. So all you need is to specify a dictionary. So this will be a dictionary. The key will be the label, and the value would be the color. So the key and the color. And once you have this dictionary, for example, if it is lane use, lane cover, you might change, specify the label and also select a list of colors. So the color would be the hex color code, RGB, and then just comma. So you can add as many items as you want. Once we have this, then you can use the create legend function. You can continue to specify the title, but this time we are not specifying the built-in legend. We are using the dictionary that we created. And then similarly, you can use the draggable to true or false, but you can also specify where you want to save this one. So we're going to save this one as an HTML. Similarly, it's here. Double click. You should be able to see the legend. So this is how we can create a custom legend if you want. So if you look at the color, if something is wrong, you are welcome to change that. So for example here, I can change. Let's just say, for example, the first one, the tree, and they say, okay, I want to change the trees to forest. Okay, and you can change this one to maybe green. Okay, and run again, and double click this one. You might need to close it or refresh it. So the ESA legend again, right? Oh, so that means the red color is not recognized. So for in this case, you need to specify the hex color code. So green would be RGB, red, green, and blue. So it would be 00FF00. Okay, run again and close it. Open it again. So now you see it's green color. So and forest. As you can see, it's very easy to customize. So whatever you want to provide, just specify here, then create this one. Besides customizing the label, you can also customize the background. So as I show you here, let's create it, run this one first to look at what it looks like. And as you can see, this one, okay, the background is red color. It doesn't look very good. What the style variable here allows you to customize the legend. So the add legend, right? You might notice here, we no longer need to use the create legend. You can directly use the add legend, and it's automatically going to create and add the legend to the map. So we are using the dictionary that we use above, right? So this is the custom legend, and it's not draggable, and also the style. So the style is used to customize the background. So basically the background, and the position is fixed. Usually you don't need to change these two. If you want to change the border, that's fine. So the background color, right now RGB and the alpha. So RGB will be the color. Alpha means the transparency. So 0.8 means 80%, and maybe we can do maybe just the gray color 255 and 255. So this one will be the default one, right? Now you see it's just like white color and slightly transparent, and the border radius 30 pixels. So the border radius means this one here. So the border, the corner, the larger the number, the more rounded. So this will be too much. You can change it to a smaller one. For example, 10 pixels. Right now it looks much better. Also, the padding. The padding basically is the padding between the border. So right now you see this might be on the left side. It looks a little bit narrow. So if you want to change it to a larger number, you can. So I can say padding equals to 10 pixel. The font size means the font size of the text. You can leave as it is, and also the bottom and the right. So the 5 pixel, 40 pixels means the distance from the the bottom right corner. And because the bottom right now I say it to be much larger, that's why it's a bit higher in here. So if you want to change to a smaller one, 20 pixels, right, run again, now it looks much better. So this is how you can customize the position. Of course, you are welcome to change the position if you want to move the legend, for example, to the left side, right? So all you need, you can shift tab. So here you need to specify the position. The position is bottom right. So let's say I want to put it on the lower bottom left. You just need to put here, Control V, and then shift it. So change this one to bottom left. You also need to change this one bottom left, otherwise it will look weird. Oh, it's automatically recognize that. So the bottom right, it probably is better to just bottom left and then 5 pixel. Right. So a little bit better, but you can customize. So for example, you want to move it up a little bit so that it's not covered by the measure control, or you can disable the measure control. So measure, MEASURE equal to force. Right. Okay, so the measurement control is gone, and maybe you can also display the draw control. DRAW control equal to force. Right, so much cleaner. Now you have this one. So the scale, it's up to you. If you want to show the scale, then you probably want to move the legend up a little bit. So the bottom here, you can probably change it to a large number. Let's say 40. Right, perfect. Now it looks much better. So the legends here, and then you have the map. So this is how you can easily create any legend for your land use land classification map, or it can be any map. It doesn't have to be raster or land use land cover classification. It can be any, for example, also HTML that you want to add. All right, so this is one, and so besides using the custom legend, you can also use the built-in. So Leafmap has the European Space Agency, the land cover built-in legend. So in this case, we're going to add a base map. I just want it here. It's the same as the one that we created above. So the previous example, we used a custom legend that we specify the dictionary, so the legend dictionary. But for this example, we're just using one line of code using the built-in legend. So it's the same thing. And this one here, the legend is more draggable because by default it's draggable. So we see here draggable equal to true. So if you set it to false, then it's going to be fixed. So it's going to stay, for example, here depends on the position, right? Oops. Parentheses. Right. So right now it's at the lower right corner. It's not draggable anymore. You can certainly change the position. So I can say position equal to similarly, let's say top right. Parentheses. Right, so now it's in the top right corner, or it's in bottom left, or top left corner. So it's up to you where you want to position the legend. Okay, so there's the example about using the built-in legend. So next I'm going to show you the other one, and this one is using a split panel map. So basically we have two maps, one on the left, the other one on the right, and you want to show two legends. So this is essentially the new feature that I just added to Leafmap. In the past, you might have watched another video that I show you, I think this number 6, showing how to add a legend. So basically some of the things that we just covered, but the previously it doesn't support multiple legends, so you can only add one legend to the map, but now you can add 2 or even more. It's up to you how many you want. And so it's very common if you have 2 lane use and lane cover classification maps and you want to show 2 legends, one on the left and one on the right, then you will need to use this new function. So similarly here, we are going to create a map and then we place the center around the US, and we disable the draw control, measure control, and also the scale control. Then we add a split map, so the left side and also the right side, because these are all the built-in base maps, so you can just provide a string, but it support any, for example, tile layer, volume tile layer. Once you add the split map, then we add the legend. So basically we are doing that twice. The first time we added the legend, the title, and draggable. So make sure that you specify the draggable to false. Otherwise, if it's draggable, then you can only add one legend to the map, and that's not what we want. And the position here, right on the left, bottom left, you can also specify the style. So it's kind of similar to the add legend function that we used earlier. The style allows you to specify the precise position of the legend. So the first one here at the bottom, of course, if you don't specify, if you comment out, run again, or just to show you here, it looks like that. And if you want to be perfect, then you probably want to move this one down a little bit, because we disable the scale the control, so it's not being shown here. So you want to move down a little bit, and that's why we specify the scale bottom to 5 pixels. You can also specify the right, up to you. So I can comment and say right, and then single quotes. So here, let's say I want to like 10 pixel. It's going to move to the right a little bit, maybe. Oh, this is left, so you need to use the left 10 pixel, right? So now you see it's a little bit larger. If you change the larger number, then it's going to move to the right, right? Similarly, you can add a legend to the right, and so this time we are specifying the position bottom right, draggable also to false. And similarly, you can specify the bottom right, the style parameter if you want. Otherwise, it's going to use the default one, 5 pixels to the right and also 20 pixels to the bottom, right? So basically, the distance from the lower right corner or the distance from the lower left, top right, top left, depends on how you want to specify. And once you have that, you see it works great. And you can also turn the layer on and off. If you want to, for example, have another base map, you're welcome to add here. So after you create a map, I can add a base map. So map.add base map. And so this one, for example, I want the Google hybrid base map. Then if you run this one, now you see we have 2 lane cover maps, and the background is the Google base map, right? So in this way, you can compare. If you want to also have the layer showing beneath that it's a lane cover map. Okay, so that's all for this video. I hope you find it useful. I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.